So let me just wait for the recording to kick in. I think it's going. Yeah. Okay, cool. Any just questions, anything that we want to cover? First things first, anything at all? How's everything going so far? Any comments?
It's good. I mean, I would like to ask you about timing stuff, because I just played with timing. I mean, like, because I took the blog, the timestamp there, and you know, like, but it would be great to have some mini tutorial about timing, or do things with timing.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but you're basically you're divorced from the system, from the hardware, right? You're running in a virtual environment. So your concept of time is coming from the virtual environment. So you can check epoch, you can check block timestamp, you can check block index. That's basically the concept of time that you have access to. Anything else, you can't. You're not really going to get any resolution. I mean, you can reach, have something from the outside reach in to tell you what time it is. But when you're running inside of the contract, you basically have those three things. I think it's just the epoch, the block index, and the block timestamp.
Well, actually, I was saving. I mean, I was playing with timing. I was saving the timestamp of the block, and then after that, say like, okay, if I want to limit something in time, I would say like just add to that timestamp another timestamp, and that's it.
That's what we're doing in several contracts, actually, that say, you know, either you measured in epochs or you measured in timestamps on the block, and you say this can only happen every so many minutes or whatever it is. A little bit of arithmetic with the timestamp, and it works. Yeah.
But I guess it's not precise, right? I mean, like, you cannot say like in 5.5 minutes it would work, or you know, I mean, it's more or less.
I think it. If I can look to see what the precision is, but the block time itself is variable, and you can see it kind of ranging up and down how much time each block consumes. But when the block is time stamped, the time that you get in the timestamp, I think is within a couple of hundred milliseconds. I mean,
it was like Unix
provided
time
by the environment, and you only have 200 milliseconds to execute. And so I think it's that. It would seem like that's the precision, basically, you know, less than 1 second. So
I mean, it was like Unix time I saw there, and so I guess it's precise.
I don't think it's that precise. I think it's like a Unix timestamp, but again, it depends on how long you're like we can check to see if requesting the timestamp changes during the execution of a function, for example, right? So like if you ask for a timestamp in the beginning of a function call, and then you do something, loading some records from storage or whatever, and then you check timestamp again, is it the same timestamp? Which would mean that the execution of the function is stamped maybe in the beginning of the execution. Or is it actually asking the VM, the virtual machine, to check the system time and return? That seems expensive. I don't know if it makes sense to reach out and back in like that, but I'm not sure what the implementation is.
I understand the point that you say.
So, but I don't think it's as precise as the timestamp. Like, I don't think you would get sort of that resolution in any meaningful way.
So you cannot measure, like the timing of a loop inside of your function. I mean, it's useless to do that.
We can try, but I would guess not, basically. I would guess not, but yeah, I'm not really sure. No. Okay, so should we dig into some agenda building? Are there some questions and comments people have? It's Thursday today, so it's not the day for like new concepts. I think it's the day for like answering questions about demos, maybe discussing something where you're stuck. If you have a request for an example to help you, get past some design decision, you're not sure how it works. That's what today would be good for, I think. So anything like that we have in mind? And of course, this meeting is totally optional. Like, don't stay here just in case something happens. That's not a good use of our time. It would be more effective to just go and build, actually, with this time. So what do we think? What should we do?
No, I guess is good. I mean, like I have some doubts when I was testing the application, because it looks like you can play with the virtual machine, like to actually to change the time and the epoch. But I saw that you can set the account there. I mean, like how much money you can have, but I didn't see how to get the NEARs that you can have at that point. I mean, like I saw the sets, but I didn't see the getters there.
Yeah, so if you're talking about like the VM context stuff that you can set with your unit tests.
Yeah, that's
one. So all you're doing is just changing some variables that are available to the contract when it executes.
Mm-hmm.
How you would get the tokens is through inside of the contract, there's a context.attach deposit, for example.
Yeah.
That would contain the value of the tokens that are there.
I did that, but I also, I was trying to unlock some tokens. I mean, like when I was doing something, and I wanted to check if they were from outside, if they were in the account that I wanted to. I mean, that they were there.
So that won't work in a unit test.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the point.
That stuff's not happening. If you use the simulation tests, then you can do that stuff.
Uh-huh.
So with the simulation tests, you can move money between accounts and check to see that the money moved, and because that's actually running the actual virtual machine in an environment which is simulated on chain. So you can do cross-contract calls, you can do transfers, and you can actually check to see that balance has changed across accounts. That would be simulation tests. And you can see some of those examples, like in Meme Museum, in the Learn NEAR org has that. Nearly Neighbors has simulation tests, and the NEAR SDK Sim has a bunch of documentation around simulation tests. So with simulation tests, you can do that, I think, but not in unit tests. Unit tests, you're basically configuring the environment, you run the thing, and then it shuts down.
Okay.
All right. So again, I want to avoid the temptation to spend time together just kind of like talking about whatever comes up. It's not a good use of a group's time. Okay, so we should build an agenda. And if we can't build an agenda in the first 5 or 10 minutes, then we should shut off the meeting. That's my suggestion. Otherwise, what's going to happen? We're going to spend the next hour hanging out, a few minutes of silence, a few random questions, a few random discussions, and then we're going to finish the hour and it's going to feel like a waste of time. So either we build an agenda or we shut the meeting down. We have maybe a few minutes to do that. So what should we talk about today? And this isn't, the pressure is not on you, Daniel, to figure out what we're doing with the meeting. So I don't want you to feel like I'm asking you specifically because we happen to be talking. There's 5 other people on the call, all muted, cameras off, no one's saying anything. And so if there's no agenda for the meeting, let's just shut it down, because we should be building instead with the time, instead of being here just in case, something interesting happens.
Actually, you solved my questions that I had today.
No worries. And keep them coming, no problem. Yeah. But a meeting with 7 people is not the right way to handle that. Let's just jump on a direct message, you and me on a call really quick. We can just pair on it. Everybody else can go build. So what are we doing with our time today?
Antonio, ¿tienes alguna duda como para decir o mejor nos vamos a trabajar?
Creo que es buen momento para preguntar si en Assembly Script existe la capacidad de transferir como una especie de token. Tengo esa duda, esa sí es una duda que quisiera preguntar.
¿De transferir socket?
Sí, como la funcionalidad que tiene un RC721 de poder transferir el ownership del token, ver si es posible eso en Assembly Script. Esa es como que mi duda.
Okay.
Yeah, here is an example of transferring tokens in an assembly script contract. I think that's what you're asking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cross-contract call and you make a transfer. You can see the link I just pasted in the chat.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, it's only one.
Okay, does that answer your question, Antonio, or is there more to it?
Yes. Thanks.
Sure.
Okay. That's all, I think.
Yeah. No problem at all. So look, I don't want you to misunderstand me. It's not like we have to hurry up and do something, but if we're not coming to the meeting with something to solve and building an agenda and then working the agenda, we're going to waste a lot of time together. It's not a good use of our time. So are there any other questions? We can just kind of give it some room for people to think. Are there any other questions? Is there anything else that's blocking you? Do you need any other examples? You see, it's very easy for me to hear a question and maybe find an example for you. It's no problem. But also these questions, you can ask them in Discord. If it's just a question of like an example, if it's not about a concept or some kind of major thing that really needs us to be, you know, talking and showing and drawing and stuff. If we don't need it, you can just ask me on DM on Discord, no problem. So anything else that we want to cover as a group right now? Any other major topics? Maybe we could just take one more minute in the meeting to give people a chance to think about it. If there's nothing else, major topics that we want to cover, then let's close the meeting for today. And please just ask questions on Discord. I'm checking the general channel. You can always ask there, or the help channel in Discord. There's 500 other people in that Discord channel that have already taken the course or looked at the course content that can help you, and also from NEAR internal teams. So you'll get a lot of support there as well. You can ask it in English or Spanish, it's no problem. Anything else we want to cover?
I think we're good. We actually want to see this, and I think it's done.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other questions? There's 3 other people on the call that haven't said anything, and so I just want to give them a chance in case they're still thinking about something or checking something. Anything else we want to cover?
Well, our team have a specific case that we are not like really good in this, so we talk about to present mock-ups and to define our project, and then with more time work on that. So
yeah, of course, that's a great idea. Yeah, for demo tomorrow, of course, you can present mock-ups and a plan for the project.
We told Claudio,
and there are other people in the group that might be able to join your project next week and help, right? No problem.
Yes, okay. Thank you. So
yeah, of course.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, okay. Okay, any other questions maybe from Ivan or Cynthia? Anything else that you want to add to the call? If not, then we can wrap up. No problem. Yeah, okay, good. All right, Ivan. Yeah. So last chance, any questions? Okay, good. Thank you, everybody. Awesome. Good luck. Have fun. See you tomorrow. I can't wait to see those demos. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be super cool.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
See you.
See you tomorrow.
See you.